I suppose ghosts can still exist during the day.
Yeah.
But why then are they only coming out at night?
Yeah.
Why
Are they
do we only-
nocturnal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose you can. There's just so many rules and so many different things. And then also in England, it's such a perception of it being like they're evil. Whereas if you go to other societies, like they have the Day of the Dead and things like that.
Yeah.
They-
Celebrated.
Yeah, it's almost celebrating. It's like, hey, grandma's here. Like, that's
Yeah.
fantastic. Whereas in England, they're like, bloody grandma's here. Like,
Yeah.
why frame it in that way then?
That
Like,
is-
the old woman, the grandma, the step grandma that I've got, she was like, don't worry though, they can't hurt you. And I was like, well, who made that rule?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
why then can they only do good things and not bad things? And
Yeah.
like, so who also worked out these rules? Where have you worked out that they can't do bad?
Yeah.
Where have these? How do we know all this stuff? And it's probably people who want to control you in some way or want to, make you feel nervous or
Yeah.
whatever. It's sort of just like, it's a bit like when Ricky Gervais talks about Jesus. It's like free childcare. It's free, keeps people in a certain headspace. And also, if you get into the alien side of things, why aren't we creeped out by aliens in the same way as we're creeped out by ghosts? Because aliens are surrounded by science and this other stuff is surrounded by mysticism.
Yeah.
Like, it's totally the way that you frame it.
Yeah.
So that all annoys me.
I assume you believe in aliens.
Like, I'm open to it in the same way as I'm open to anything that can be proven. Like, if I saw an alien, I'd be like, yeah, I believe in aliens.
Yeah.
And I obviously believe that other life can exist. But there was a really good podcast. Do you ever listen to the Russell Brand podcast?
No.
Sometimes. What? That's not the one he's putting on YouTube at the moment, is it? What's
There's
it
not one that's
called?
going on YouTube. I think it's just some sort of. It's like a really it's a well-being sort of podcast.
Oh yeah, I do. I have
Yeah.
done. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
quite good. So
Right.
it's sort of talking about morals and philosophy and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of conversation of like the construction of the idea of God and all those kind of things. And I think through different ages, you end up like we are sort of deconstructing the idea of anything spiritual or any of those kind of things. And we're slowly just, as a society, we're just sort of getting rid of it because I don't really know. And it's sort of changing us fundamentally as a society because maybe God or the idea of God or those kind of things sort of keep us together or it gives us that feeling of oneness. We're sort of getting rid of that. And I wonder whether ghosts and all those kind of things are important to that because the idea, there is the science of if you look at a photo of your family, inherently in your head, you release good endorphins.
Right.
So if you look at an old photo of your family, your mother, your father, any of these people, and sometimes even if you don't know you're related to these people and you're looking at a photo of them, you will still feel good.
Really?
So maybe,
How do you
yeah.
explain that?
So maybe the idea of ghosts is about that. It's about carrying your family, reminding you that you're part of society, reminding that you're part of a family, and all
Yeah.
these kind of things.
Yeah.
That's an important idea to keep going. I'm not against that.
Yeah.
I'm not against the idea of good people and morals, but I just don't believe then the sinister side of it, and I don't see the point in the sinister side unless you want to exploit people.
Yeah.
So that's a fascinating discussion in itself. Like
Absolutely.
that's actual science, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think you summed it up nice there. Gave a different kind of angle on it. I don't want to delve into this too much because,
Short on time.
yeah. But what do you think? Do you think Area 51's as black and white as people say?
It's definitely in color. Do you mean like so? What is Area 51?
like,
What
they
I know
say-
what Area 51 is. I
they-
know the rough idea of it, but what are they saying happened there? They're saying aliens crash landed there.
No,
No.
that's where they were brought to, and apparently that's
Right.
allegedly
Where was the crash
a-
landing?
Roswell.
Roswell.
Roswell. Farnham,
Brilliant, okay.
Roswell.
I watched the TV series.
And then the alien ship was taken there. But allegedly, there's many alien craft there and aliens there that have been tested on. But my thought is right. So obviously, Area 51 is now a meme. Like, oh, all the aliens are Area 51. If
Propaganda.
the American government actually has aliens, put them somewhere else because everyone thinks they're over there, guys.
That's
So
what
yeah,
I
go
think, yeah.
fucking go over there. Yeah, we're just testing normal shit like airplanes and stuff. We've actually got them. So why on earth would they have them in the
one place that
the
everyone-
alien hub meme of the fucking earth? They
Yeah.
wouldn't.
But also, you would then meme it to make it a bit of a joke, and you would attach some crazy people
Yeah.
to it and those kind of things to make it seem like it's an innocuous place.
Double
so
bluff.
It could be a double bluff.
Yeah.
Hiding
That's
in
a very
plain sight.
Russian government way of doing it. Then we don't trust the Russian government. For some reason, we used to trust the American government, or we. Because the Russian government seemed further away and the American government seemed more like us, maybe we trusted them a little bit more at one point. Now, no one trusts any government.
No.
So they could have memed it and sort of bought. Are the people who are trying to uncover it part of the cover up? In that
Right.
they're making it trivial. They're making it all very,
Silly.
very
Yeah.
funny in the first place. Like, do
Yeah.
you believe that aliens are actually in Area 51? or do you think they're somewhere else? Or what's your overall like theory?
I think they've come here. I think we've made contact, most certainly. Logically, I just think if I was in charge of these bases and everyone thought they were there, I would put them somewhere else.
Smart.
That's what
I think there's something not quite right about Area 51. I think whatever they're telling us isn't as black and white as it is.
So what's your theory then?
I've been to the gates of Area 51.
Right. Why isn't that a fucking video, mate?
I know. I mean, we told it on a podcast, but it didn't go out.
Didn't make
it?
the cut.
Yeah. So I'll quickly tell you the story. So my old YouTube manager, James Yates.
Yeah.
Great guy.
We shot a film trailer in the Nevadan desert.
By the way, he's definitely seen Ghost and Alien. Yeah. and he's got conclusive proof of all of it. Yeah, he drew one.
Yeah, he's seen the inside of those cell walls I was talking about.
Yeah,
He's the only person that's seen them.
They took me to their spacecraft. That was a mental cell, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, I went over to the Nevadan desert to shoot this trailer for this short film that we were going to make, and it was about aliens. And one day we were due to go out to the gates of Area 51. Before I tell you that, when I was in this town, it was a small town called Caliente, and I reckon the population of it is probably less than 100 people. It's about 150 miles into the desert. There's nothing around. You turn the corner, there's all these canyons and shit going on. You turn the corner, and then there's just like 4 shops on one side of the road, and then a few houses on the other side. So there's nothing there. But I had to go out one night with a GoPro and just ask people that were in that town. They'd never seen like British people. Like they live in the fucking desert.
I do love that, by the way.
It's so mad. But I had to ask them if they believed in aliens.
Right.
And just before I'd say the Area 51 story, they responded as if I'd said, "Do you believe in dogs?"
Right.
They'd gone, What do you mean? Like, I think the reason I use that example is because one of the guys in the hardware store actually said that to me. I said, "Do you believe in aliens?" He was like, "Do you believe in dogs?" And it was like, clearly they are a fucking thing.
I'll repeat the question. Do you believe in aliens? Yeah.
But then again, the only minuscule amount of tourism they would possibly ever get would be from people passing through to get to a town called Rachel, which is the closest town to Area 51. No one gives a fuck about Caliente because it's about 30 miles from the closest town to Area 51. So it's like the pass-through town.
Yeah.
But so one day we decided to go out to the gates of Area 51. And
were you nervous? You must have been a little bit nervous.
I was nervous because since we've been doing the pod, we've spoken about Area 51 quite a lot, and you've kind of like, I'm not as worried about it anymore because you said that you made the good point that you'd put them somewhere else. I was like, yeah, true. Like, but back then I was a lot younger and stuff. I was quite nervous, and I was in this car with a fucking stranger. Because James Yates sent me with this other guy that I didn't know. So instantly I'm like, why am I here with this guy? I still got the guy on Facebook. I don't know who he is, right? He's
Do
called.
you ever think of contacting him, sort of?
Yeah, you know. Toby Nova, his name is. Toby, if you're watching, he wouldn't be watching.
Toby
but
Nova.
Yeah, I think he was like.
Pretty cool surname.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
I think he was a runner on the short film we were doing. And then one day it was like, should we go out there? And he was like, yeah, I live in here, so I'll take you. It's mental, but. So I'm in the car with him, and we're driving. We're already 150 miles in the desert, but there's this huge road that goes through that part of the desert to get to somewhere, right? So it's not off the beaten track. So you carry on going through all these winding canyons, and then you have to literally go into the sand. Like you have to. I don't know how the fuck he knew where he was going.
Yeah.
That's why I'm scared, because I'm like, you could murder me now, and they will never find my body. But so we're just going on this dirt track that's like seemingly to nowhere, and we're going all the way, probably I want to say another 20 miles, which seems like 50 when all you're seeing is sand. So we go 20 miles to this gate, and you can see these massive gates as you come on up to the approach. And I think I was in the back of the car, I can't quite remember, but I had my phone and I was just like recording it like that. And then there's all these huge signs saying "Do not record," like no, under surveillance. And then he was like, yeah, we can't stay long. We're just going to go up to the gate, U-turn and go back. So
sorry, mate, wrong turn.
So bear in mind, we've gone 20 miles off track. We U-turn, And as we U-turn and come back, we just see this massive ball of sand on the road where we've just come. And I instantly think it's just where we've chucked up the sand. But I'm like, why was it all the way back there but not here? Don't get it. And then as we carry on driving, we must have been driving for no more than 2 minutes. And this blacked out, it was like something from Men in Black, massive Jeep Range Rover thing has come past us slowly. And like, we can't see in there, but they can see in us. And the thing that baffles me is we've not seen that car anywhere on the road up to it. But as soon as we pull up to that gate, it's there. Like, how did it get there? I'm not saying it's a fucking alien spaceship or anything. It's, I think it
might
was
have secret entrances.
Oh, what was that? That made me jump.
Well, it is a government.
car just
Are
comes
you
through the
making
wall.
yourself nervous? Because for a second, I was starting to think he's either dead or an alien he's about to tell us.
What?
Oh, it's a story. Though.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were going to say I died out in the desert and then be like, and you're all dead.
But the car showing up, it is a massive government facility. They've obviously got cameras everywhere. You've gone right up to a gate.
Yeah.
The logic of them just going, do you want to go see who that is?
I know. It's one of them stories where it's probably nothing, but it's scary when you're there. Because
Yeah,
it's like,
definitely.
how did you get there? And are we in trouble?
Well, they're well versed though in like desert, I guess, tactics. So they'll know how to hide in the desert.
Yeah.
They'll know how to do all these things. You'd never been to the fucking desert before. This is
Yeah.
your first time there. It's all a very alien thing
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
Whereas with these guys, they see the fucking desert every day. So they
Yeah.
know exactly what they're doing. They know
And there
the
could be
dunes to
tunnels.
hide behind.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
all the, could be tunnels.
Yeah, and then we like,
My
out the
my
door.
my issue with
To the
Area
car park.
51 is very much the same issue with the ghosts.
Right.
The ghosts just happen to choose these specific people and go, I'll talk to him.
Yeah.
Why have only the government seen these aliens? Why did the government have so much? The American government specifically as well. And it's all from, when did Roswell happen? In the 40s? Like,
46,
yeah,
I think. Yeah.
1940s. We're now in an age where everyone's got cameras.
Yeah,
but
that's
at
true.
no point in the last 10 years has there been a single proof of alien sighting, which could happen so
Unless
easily.
they're aware.
But apparently
they're
Area 51 have
technological.
everything.